Happy Halloween, all you wild
Woo.
ghouls out there. Your two favorite trick-or-treaters are back for more 31
Trick or
days of
treat.
horror. Trick-or-treat, smell my feet. Give me
Give
something
me
good
something
to...
good to eat.
Boo! That's right, these two wild uncles are back at it. I'm Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
And I am Henry Hill, and we are reviewing a horror film tonight, of course. Another one in our 31 Days of Horror lineup. And this time we are covering another entry into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. This one starred a young Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. What's it called, Uncle Logan?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the next generation. Part 4.
With the gender-bending killer in The Silence of the Lambs. I want these people to know the meaning of horror.
You weren't scared? Have a look behind you.
Been a long night, boys. I could use a little action.
The return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that's right. Been excited to come back and talk to my best mate over here. This is a movie I'm watching or watched for the first time. I remember seeing the VHS back in the day at the movie store, and watching this with fresh eyes. I've heard some buzz around it. This movie, directed by Kim Henkel, wrote the screenplay from the original film, but this time returning as the director, and it's much the same of the first movie. Group of teenagers, backwoods of Texas, proms going on. They find their way to Leatherface and the farmhouse and the family full of cannibals.
Yeah, things have been quiet since the 70s Texas Chainsaw Massacre, as we find out in the beginning, with the little caption that tells you, basically about the events in the first movie. And then, there was a couple other murders a little later on, and then things have gone silent up until now. And we're in a new generation, the 90s here, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and, much of the same story as the first one. Teenagers, just with a 90s feel here. And, the first time that we see Matthew McConaughey on screen here, I think this was his first role. So, which is interesting. And Renee Zellweger, I don't know if it was her first role, it might be too. So to get, two up and coming actors of that caliber, pretty impressive for this franchise. They probably had no idea, obviously, that they'd go on to, win Oscars and, win awards and all that. But this one, bringing them into the fold as part of, Matthew McConaughey's character, Vilmer, being part of the cannibalistic family this time. And, the standout part of the film with Vilmer is his hydraulic leg for some reason that's never explained, but is powered by remote control.
Yeah, I never understood that. They never explained that, but at the same time, it's Texas Chainsaw movie, so we don't need full details on that. But yeah, Matthew McConaughey, I love this role. I think he really sold this movie. Um, Chewing up scenery, having a great time, just over the top, cartoonish, playing Vilmer from start to finish in this movie. The ending scene was so ridiculous and over the top with his character, but I loved him in this role, being his first role, and what his roles would become over the years. Hollywood A-lister now, both of them behind us.
Mhm.
McConaughey, Renee Zellweger playing Jenny in this movie. It's crazy to see their career back in the '90s to where it's at now. It's nuts. And yeah, this movie's a lot better than part three, the one we talked about, Viggo Mortensen. I really liked this one. I had a great time with this. It's fun. It's campy. The Leatherface is ridiculous. It's played by Robert Jackson. This movie, The Mask,
Mhm.
was silly too. Not really scary, but some cool, death scenes. And the family, of course, is always fantastic. The set design in this movie, it looks great. 90s vibe to it, music and everything. It's just so over the top ridiculous and a fun time and a fun movie to watch during the Halloween season. So I had a great time with this compared to part three, what we reviewed. So I'm going to give Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Matthew McConaughey, balding herpes.
You said it best when you said this movie is campy for sure, and that's what freshens up this movie from the others in the franchise, especially, us just coming off of watching part three where it added nothing and, we didn't really feel anything added to the franchise or anything really new. Whereas this one felt, a modern, especially for the time that it came out, 20 years later. and introducing us to these newer characters of the family, Vilmer especially, Matthew McConaughey, like you mentioned, yeah, definitely chews up scenery, over the top, and really had some great dialogue. And the rest of the family too. They're back, in this house with all the dead bodies, and of course, with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there's going to be a lot of gore. This one doesn't skimp out on that either. Yeah, I liked Leatherface in this one a lot better than part three, and just the family in general. And overall, more fun. Was it scary? No. I mean, that's a negative from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but campy to the max, and felt more energetic and had something new to say for this franchise. Breathed a little life into it, although it failed miserably at the box office, and definitely doesn't touch the original. Nothing ever will. Nothing ever did later on in the franchise. But this movie offered something different, and for that reason, I am going to give Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation a 3 out of 5 Leatherface hair pieces.
Yeah, this movie came out in 1994. I forgot to say that earlier. So it's been over 30 years since it came out, 31 years. It's wild to think how far their careers have gone since then. And just
Yeah.
movies back then were just, they hit different. They're different back then. And it's fun revisiting and watching these for the first time. Always wanted to see this one as a young kid. I'm like, that looks like a fun time. And glad we finally got around to it for the Halloween season. But anyways, want to hear from all you wild Leatherface impersonators out there. What did you like about Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite film in the franchise? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Also, check out these wild Matthew McConaughey impersonators on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
Another 31 Days of Horror movie review down, and we are loving this month of October, the spooky season in full effect. Having a great time revisiting some old movies that we've seen before and are reviewing for the first time here. And yeah, just loving all the spooky delights that this month has to offer, and we have a lot more to offer coming up, along with some really excellent giveaways that you guys aren't going to want to miss. Some of the best of the year movie fellas giveaway wise. So stay tuned all month long for the 31 Days of Horror. Until the next 31 Days of Horror video review, I am Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Renee Zellweger, signing out till the next movie review for 31 Days of Horror. Cheers!
Cheers.